Barry, the shots were in the first round. That's job done. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy to be in the draw for the next round, especially when you look at the amount of National League teams that went out. I think there's 7 teams that went out from the National League, which shows that, how tough it is when you're playing against lower league opposition. And today, for all that we didn't play as well as what we want to, it was all about being in the hat on Monday, and that's job done. We're obviously reflecting where we can do better, but in the FA Cup you want to be in the hat, and that's where we are on Monday, and that's the most important thing.
It was maybe a typical tight cup tie. Sutton caused the shots some problems, but the spirit, that defensive solidity that we've seen so much of in recent weeks, shone through once again.
Yeah, we've had 4 clean sheets in the past month, which shows the stability we've got in the defence at the moment. But I think it's down to the whole team working hard. And sometimes people don't see the work rate that's getting put in by not just the defence but the strikers and the midfield to shut players down. But that must continue. We want that as a given that they're going to work hard, but we have to do better on the ball when we've got it. And I think that was probably the biggest disappointment today.
I think the shots pushed on in the second half, but the first half was quite tight. Was that, do you think, that Sutton raised their game, or did the shots start a little bit slow?
I think lower league teams always, the FA Cup is their cup final coming into this round. They raise their game, they get that wee bit extra edge. The players were warned about that. I don't think we dealt with it well enough in the first half, but I think the second half we came out and given another day we maybe scored 2 or 3, but for all that they had, they were maybe better in the first half. Sutton, I don't think Phil had too much to do just because we defended the box well.
And you made an early change, bringing on Dan Walker for Sam Hatton. I believe that was tactical, and credit to you for changing it.
Yeah, well, we'd worked in some through the week, and we thought we could get some joy through playing 3 in the middle. It didn't work out. I'm not scared to change things. It's no slight in Sam, it's just that I had to get a wide player on to try and stretch the game a bit. And Dan Walker sets up the goal when it comes down to it. He's made a good run, he's made a good pass inside, Jim passes to Reese. It's in the back of the net, and that's us in the hat. So sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't. Today it did.
Dan created that goal and Reece finished it. I think there was comment that there might have been a bit of a deflection on the shot, but it was the moment of inspiration that the game needed to break the deadlock.
Yeah, it's in the back of the net. It doesn't matter if it takes a deflection or no. We're in the next round, and as I say, that's all that matters today. The FA Cup's about being in the hat, and whether it takes a deflection or not, it's a goal, and that's how we move on.
And is an extension to this strong run that the team on at the moment. Reece will take the plaudits. He's been named man of the match again, but I think a couple of the defenders are wondering what else they have to do to get that recognition. They're doing as much for the cause as the goal scorers.
Yeah, as I say, the clean sheet is it's the whole team that's working hard to make sure that we get the clean sheet. And the defenders are doing well on that side of it, but that's our job. So they'll get plaudits from me in the pat in the back, but that is our job. First and foremost, our defenders.
Any thoughts for the draw on Monday? There were some big teams in there, some recent winners as well in Wigan, and maybe another local derby. It's perhaps too much to hope for against Portsmouth, or are you already looking ahead to the next game, Southport, and then after that you'll consider the cup?
Listen, it's great and the draw is brilliant on Monday and we want to see who we get, but our focus is purely turning to Southport. The cup rounds the following week, and we'll take care of that the following week, but our only focus will be in the Southport game come Monday. We're obviously interested in who we get, but we've got to turn our focus to the next game, the next league game.